Hey y'all, what it is, what it do. It's your girl Brittany. I am back. I am better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping, we doing a duggy bow, duggy y'all into this video. Click the link down in my description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, come, because I like the way you are. So we start off with the ending of the challenges. You know, they was eating crickets, spiders, anything, you name it. That was so nasty of critters. They was eating all that nasty junk. Boom, she decides her winners, and then they end up going to rehearsal. She ends up letting the winners tell her who they think should go to his house because eliminations is very close. So the reviews are very mixed. We had some T loves, we had some G babies, we had some loves, and then the other two just gave out some randos. Ocean, even though I do think Ocean should get on somewhere, I don't like her. Oceans and also Neek, and y'all know they not gonna get rid of Neek. Like Neek can do whatever she want. That's Joseline's best dancer. Neek ain't going nowhere. Okay, so Ocean, like I said, I always agree when it come to Ocean. I just thought it was real random when she said Ocean. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought everybody was gonna be like Love, G Baby, T Love. I thought it was gonna go like that. But she gave out like just a rando card. But Ocean's, yes, please get on. Love, yes, please get on. T Love do talk a lot. She is entertaining. She is annoying, but okay. And G Baby, I do think G Baby needs to go home. So Joseline is talking to her manager, and honestly, I always think they lying. Every time I always think they lying. When they be like, oh, it's sold out completely. Every ticket is gone. I mean, don't get me wrong, she might have that spunk. People might really want to go see Joseline or whatever the case is. But I do think that Zeus, their marketing is all over. Like, they will always make it seem like it's better than what it is. But she might have really sold out. Y'all might have really wanted to watch the cabaret. So the girls are playing like they in rehearsal, and they just really been setting up for a scene. So T Love ends up asking Sky, how you feel that these girls didn't have your back? Like, how do you feel about that? Sky ends up saying, she wasn't mad at the OGs for sticking together, but she did feel some type of way about the new girls not having her back. But I'll say this, y'all all did just get there. And nobody told you to fight for G Baby. Nobody told you to do that. So I don't really blame them for not having your back because that had nothing to do with them. They still peeping out the scenery. They still figuring, out if they like the other girls or not. I'm not going to be jumping in y'all beef just to show that I can fight. So Kanaya is standing on business. She coming her scene popping it straight to Erica, letting it be known that Erica definitely was chasing clout and she was provoking the situation, which I agree with because Erica definitely was doing the most. Erica definitely popped it off, and like she said, she should have stayed out of it. It wasn't her business. But that's why Scott ended up beating her up because she should have just minded the business that paid her in the first place. So they end up talking about Flame, and basically they just said they don't think Flame's arm is dislocated. I don't know what Flame got going on, but I very much so was disappointed in Flame once we seen her fight. Because she's a boxer, you was thinking like, okay, she was really going to be putting belt to ass. But she let Ocean put belt to ass. And honestly, I thought she was going to check Erica a little more too, because Erica was another one, again, when the whole situation happened, who was doing a lot. Now, they gave her flowers for jumping in, but I definitely feel as though she felt like she had to jump in only because Sky was running everybody by herself. But again, G Baby right here, in this conversation, and she ain't saying nothing. But mind you, the only reason why Sky is in this situation is because of G Baby. So basically, everybody really came to a conclusion that it either be G Baby or Love that goes home. Okay, so when it comes to G Baby, don't nobody want G Baby there because number one, you can't fight, and number two, you had that girl fight all your battles. You can't fight, but you have her fighting all your battles. You look weak, you look a mess, and you think that you're gonna walk around with an attitude and talk to people crazy, and you can't even fight, and you got somebody else to be your lap dog. So that's why they want to get rid of her. That's number one. Turn around, number two, Love. honestly, and this is just like, it's gonna come off harsh, but I feel like this is just the reality of what it is. Don't nobody care about love's health. Nobody cares. Nobody's a doctor here. They're more like, you're not doing what we're doing, so therefore you need to leave, bitch. Like, you not trying. Every time we talking to you, it's a problem, something wrong. And people really don't be caring about that stuff. Like, nobody cares that, you got all this stuff going on. Like, nobody cares. They just more so want you to do your job. And love always has an excuse on why she can't do her job. So it'd just be easier to get her out the way. Because at this point, she's just there. So Joseline takes the winners to brunch. I love Joseline hat. That hat is so cute. Now, what irritate me, obviously Zeus always makes the girls hype up whatever is going on. So when it's the house, they hyping the house up like they've never been to an Airbnb before. But this to me takes the cake. Like pancakes, bitch, eggs, green eggs and ham. These bitches like, oh my god, like Joseline got us everything. Sausage, bacon, pancakes. Oh, okay, regular breakfast food, bitch. Like, be for real. Stuff like that does irritate me when it comes to the cabaret because it's just like, stop acting like y'all not used to nothing. Like, certain things y'all don't have to hype up. Y'all want to go to brunch with her is one thing, but y'all really acting like y'all never had fucking pancakes is another. So Joseline asked the girls what they gonna do with the 50K. Mind you, most of the girls who went around in the beginning was talking about expanding their businesses, more so just putting money towards their businesses. Then this bitch, okay, I liked it, the answer, but I didn't like her confessional. So she basically wants to open up like a caretaking service for animals who are, basically seniors or transitioning or, abandoned or whatever the case is. It's a way you say stuff. Her being like, oh, what they said wasn't genuine. Mine was the most genuine. Like, barely getting camera time as it is. Please don't piss me off. So before I move forward and talk to y'all about everybody else's, let me tell y'all what I would do with $50,000. I ain't like them. I ain't expanding no business. I'm not doing all that. If the Lord ever bless me with 50,000, first thing I'm gonna do is sit down at least for a week or two, maybe even a month. Just sit down and relax. And I really do mean that. Like, relax. I feel as though because we live in America, we work so much, and I'm always doing something. I'm always busy, 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 busy. So I would say that, like, I would at least sit down for a month. I wouldn't even post on YouTube. I wouldn't do nothing if I was $50,000 richer. I would just sit down for a month and just relax, go to the spa, meditate, just be around my home, like really being able to really enjoy my home. I would do stuff like that. That'd be more so what I would do if I was $50,000 richer. That would be the first thing I would do, and then I would do other stuff with it. But first things first, before I try to expand and help this person and help that person, I gotta help me first. A spa day, maybe some salmon pasta for my like 3 days or so. Salmon pasta. And I would relax. I would get somebody to watch my dogs. Like, I wouldn't even want to be bothered with my animals. I just would want to relax for a little while. Now, when it comes to naturals, she can get a grant and open up a school. I don't know why she needs the $50,000 to do it. She can definitely get a grant from the city that she live in to open up a school. And to an extent, I do agree with Joseline. It is different things that you can invest $50,000 in that's not your business, but these women are passionate about their business. If I did it, I would put like 10,000 towards the business, or really, girl, 5. Maybe 5 is the cap, and then you just make sure, like, it's doing what needs to be done with the little money that you did invest in it. Then you can increase it, as you go if the business starts to take off. But I just wouldn't put the whole 50,000 into no business. So boom, they doing a pool party, but honestly, girl, they was standing in a circle and that's what they filmed at, which I think is hilarious. They didn't move from that little circle. Everybody just doing what they need to do in that little circle. So boom, everybody starts seeing gbaby, doing tricks. She's showing out, but she ain't forgot her arm supposed to be messed up. So everybody, is peeping the scenery with her. So Joseline trying to be messy, and they end up calling gbaby out basically again for being able to do all these tricks. But again, like T Love said, I think, as far as technique goes, gbaby should stay, but she is messy and she don't know how to fight. But y'all keep Oceans around, so I don't mind. She can definitely do a lot of tricks and stuff, so that stuff is cool. So they end up saying they think Kanaya now and Love should go home. But I'm looking at the other girl who got all these tattoos on her, who want to have an animal shelter so bad. I'm like, she should go home. She ain't doing much of nothing either. Now, mind y'all, Erica all of a sudden has energy. Mind you, she was just talking to this girl earlier. This girl popped it on her earlier, but now that she with her gang and she gang bang, she don't mind. She telling her, don't talk with the neck roll, don't talk with your hands. It was like, huh? So the girl then, still talks with her hands. She's still neck rolling because who in the hell you think you talking to? So Daz jump in to me. So my girl said, no neck rolling. My girl said, don't talk with your hands. So Isis checked her as she should, because what you mean? What is you talking about? Who you think you is? Isis like, no, you doing a lot. They doing the same thing. You can't tell nobody how to talk. Joseline then decides to tell her to shut up. It really did come out the blue, because it was like, Joseline, for real? Like, if anything, she taking up for her because it's two of them against her, and she checking her homegirl. But Joseline, always got to make it about her. So Isis then started standing up for herself because, she trying to figure out what's the issue, what's the problem. Like, I wasn't saying that to you. I don't deserve this energy. I do think it's funny, though, that Joseline calls her November the 3rd. That is hilarious. So Danny and Neek just start fighting out of nowhere. Danny just attacked Neek, and Neek definitely accomplished her, okay? Completed her real quick. Like, Neek was like, I've been waiting on it. I didn't know you was gonna do it right then, but throw your setup. They end up going 2 rounds. The second round really was weak, super weak to me. Danny, you gotta chill with that princess shit. Like, you a grown woman calling another grown woman princess. Like, we got to do better. T Love and Chinx go at it. All I see is booty meat jiggling, okay? I can't even pay attention to the fight because I'm looking at the dude. Love then tries to go and get her storyline going with Neek. And I just think Daz needs to be punched. Like, I don't know who she thinks she is. She's smelling herself. So she goes over to Love and says, go, leave, boo, boo. Like, slapped immediately. Now, Erica sent up that line saying that she was asking T Love, was she good? No, she wasn't. She literally was just standing there taking up space. Boom. So Chinx just, bah! T Love. Ooh, it was so hard too. Ooh, it was just, it was so hard. So Egypt steps out there playing like she's taking up for T Love, but really, Egypt just needs a storyline, in my opinion. She looking for a storyline, in my opinion, because girl, you did not have to pop off on Chinx. You was looking for a storyline. You was looking. You was feeding for storyline. That's what you was doing. So she ends up getting out there for T Love. And one thing I could say, got out there, she did that. So before her and Chinx got defined, Chinx was like, she attempted to spit on me. She attempted to spit on me. I feel as though she was letting it be known, like, cop and please, like, I ain't got no issue with you. This is why I popped on her, because she tried to spit on me. But Egypt wasn't hearing that. Egypt is looking for a storyline. So Egypt was like, regardless of what she did, I'm finna fight you. Boom. They get defined. Egypt taking her, taking Chinx through there. I was really in shock, because usually Chinx be taking the girls through them, but not Egypt. Now, what took me was when the wig came off. I don't know if she really does have alopecia, but the bald head definitely surprised me. I didn't see that. I didn't see that in my future. T Love ends up jumping in, and all I could think about is the plants. I'm like, poor plants. If I'm not mistaken, if that's the same plant I got, those are called elephant ear plants. I just hated that, because why is y'all beating up the elephant ears? What did they do to y'all? Hit your target, not the plant. So Egypt is still trying to get her camera time. She's like, okay, I beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up again. I want to get all my camera time in. So Egypt then starts following Chinx in the house. Now this to me when it became overkill because it was like, girl, okay, now be for real. You quote unquote got your lick for your sister. Now you doing too much. So she follows her in the house and she gets to running down on Chinx. To me, Chinx just wasn't really confident in herself to fight her. I haven't seen Chinx fight too much, but in the times I've seen her fight, I feel as though this was the first real time with this particular fight that she really wasn't fighting back like that. She's swinging, but she's swimming. She's swimming fighting. Head down, arms just going. At one point, Egypt just moved to the side. You still fighting the air. And Egypt was beauty bopper booing you. So that tells me your eyes is closed, your head is down, you can't see nothing. You're making yourself look a mess. Now, mind you, Joseline then tells them to go and break it up. Joseline just didn't like seeing it. And mind you, I definitely think Egypt got a little hand on her, but no, she couldn't mess with Tasiki on no day. Andrea, another one looking for camera time. She wants to take the fade with love for Neek. But when you and Neek just fine, like the second episode, y'all was fine. Now you, my homegirl, my homegirl, my homegirl. Let me catch his fade for my homegirl. Pretty interesting. I think like I said before, she's another one who was looking for camera time. And why does she look like the queen off of Alice in Wonderland in her confessional look? Girl, I am hollering. So Joseline has the girls lined up because she about to do elimination. She's sick of them, sick of them. So boom, she brings the rest of the girls out. And mind you, before they came out, she just said they couldn't fight for 48 hours. If you fight, you going home. Obviously, we know Neek ain't going nowhere. Obviously, everybody know that Neek is Joseline's baby. And again, she the best dancer. So she ain't finna go nowhere. She ends up sneaking Danny, which I don't blame her for sneaking Danny, honestly. Danny be doing the most for the least. And get your lick back. Get her. I'm sick of her anyway. And he pushes her off the stage. But that's the video, y'all. It was a good episode. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That's all I got. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Love y'all. Bye.